What's up guys, welcome to a new lesson, and this time I want you to improvise with me. In case you didn't know, I am playing under 18 solos for a guitar student, so I decided to make content about all Marty solos. So Marty uses a lot of scales, arpeggios, but in this solo he uses quite a lot the Phrygian Dominant scale, which is a very dramatic sounding scale. Sounds haunting, sounds Eastern. Does that exist in English? Eastern sounding? Anyways, the most important thing is that we are not going to use 3 notes per string diagram. That's all good. I use them in the past, sometimes I use them to teach as well, but I think that system doesn't allow you to think melodically. What I mean by that is that us as guitarists want to shred, and we are going to try to fit our playing into triplets or into 3 notes per string diagrams, which is all good. As I said, it doesn't feel like you are getting the most of the Phrygian Dominant scale. So what can we do to avoid sounding like 3 notes per string licks that we all know and we all recognize? We can base our playing in a arpeggio. If you don't know already how to play a D dominant 7 arpeggio, just check my previous video. You can download diagrams or tabs and just get that arpeggio under your fingers, because that arpeggio is going to be our foundation. Learn the arpeggio across all its inversions. So now that you know the arpeggio, try to think about it in this way. Most of scales have 7 notes, and Phrygian Dominant is not an exception. It has 7 notes. So when you play a D dominant 7 arpeggio, you're playing already 4 of the 7 notes. So that means if I add only 3 more notes, I'll get the Phrygian Dominant sound. So let me just play it. D dominant 7, root 3, 5, flat 7. Now I'm going to add the flat 2 and flat 6, and I'm going to get a darker sound. So in this way I can think about the important notes and make emphasis on them. Okay, now that you know the foundation of this exercise / improvisation, we are going to just start throwing some ideas. I'm going to use a D pedal tone, which is basically a D note that has infinite sustain. We are going to use it to set up the mood of the improvisation. Let's just go. Okay, that's a D pedal tone. Now what I want you to do is that focus first on the root position, and start adding the important notes, which are flat 2 and flat 6. You can start with a regular ascending D dominant 7 arpeggio in a ascending form, then just land try to land on those notes. For example, I did 1, 3, 5, then I can just land on flat 6. So the way I'm playing this is by using my regular dominant 7 arpeggio and then adding some notes, which makes a lot of sense for me. It's kind of simpler. To make the note choice even more cohesive, just try to think in terms of tension and resolution. I'm going to advance to the next inversion. First inversion. So think of the flat 2 as a very dissonant note. So that dissonance needs to go somewhere. So flat 2 could go to 1 or 3. Flat 2 that goes to 1. Flat 2 that resolves to 3. Same thinking process with flat 6. And moving forward to the next inversion. Second inversion. Okay? So in this case, flat 6 is also kind of dissonant. It's not as dissonant as flat 2, but also needs resolution. This is 5, this is flat 6. Listen to that dissonance. Needs to go somewhere. 5 sounds pretty good for a resolution. So again, I'm going to use another I love the sound of flat 6. Again. Flat 6 resolves really nicely to 5. Finally, third inversion. In this case, I would like you to think about flat 7. Okay? That belongs to the actual arpeggio, but it also has some dissonance. It is an interesting note to land on. So we can resolve flat 7 to 1. We could go flat 7, flat 6, then 5. Okay, so flat 7 that goes to 1. Flat 7 that goes to 6, then goes to 5. So you can play with that note as well. Okay guys, some final recommendations. I would like you to spend 3 minutes on each inversion and throw some ideas. Another 3 minutes on the next inversion, and so on and so forward. You get the idea. And you don't have to shred, by the way. Notice how I didn't mention the 4 in this particular scale. I also didn't include the 4 on the guitar diagram, which I did for you guys. You can download the diagram, you can download the D pedal tone at the description of this video. So why I didn't include the 4? As I mentioned before, I would like you to use the arpeggio as your foundation to essentially avoid 3 note per strings diagrams. So if I include the 4, you will start to visualize those 3 note per string patterns. So that's why I didn't include the 4, but that doesn't mean that you cannot play the 4. Okay guys, that's it for this lesson. I hope that it was useful. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. I will be uploading more of these lessons since there's still a lot to discover from Marty Friedman. So yeah, let's keep in touch and happy practicing. Bye guys.